I'm in. Sometimes there's a delay with going live, isn't there? But I think we are on. I'm just still getting the circle over here, but it says live over here. And I think we're on. I'm on my laptop today, lovelies. And often I do my lives on my phone because it's so much clearer. But my phone is in the repairers. So I am here live on my laptop. And I wanted to share with you today around the power of story. So you may have heard about, your story when it comes to marketing yourself and your story being your niche, but I'm not talking about those stories. I'm talking about the stories that your mind runs and that you continue to groove so well with your words, with your language, with your speech, but also with something else. That is what we're here to talk about today, because when we continue to tell the universe and show up in a certain way, we continue to create the same reality and attract the same thing. So that's all good if you're in an amazing place. But if you want to shift something, if you want to bring more abundance into your world, if you want to bring more peace into your world, if you want to bring more grace and ease into your world, if you want to bring more joy into your world, then you need to shift something, and you need to shift the story that you are saying and the way that you are showing up in the world that was creating more of the same. Now, if you don't know me, it's Rebecca Thompson, founder here of the Radiant Femmes Movement and creator of the Be a Beacon program for women, all about helping you to be coherent in all aspects of you, to create the life that you want, that has more energy, less stress, more grace, more ease, and let's face it, more joy. We are here to have a freedom experience. Right? A freedom of choice experience, a freedom of consciousness experience. We're here to experience joy and to just keep growing through that alignment of connecting back in with joy. So, what if you are continually getting stuck in your stories? Your stories are one of the biggest ways that keep you stuck in suffering. And I have been super more aware of this. I'm always aware, but I've been upping the level of awareness around the quality of my speech and what I'm putting out there about who I am and what I'm here and available for and what I'm here and ready to receive. Because if our language is full of I'm struggling and I'm not enough and I'm not getting back what I want in the world and this is really hard and I don't really want to do this and all of those sorts of words, and we are continuing to put out there that life is difficult, life is tough. Whereas if we say, I am open to receive more and more every day the abundance that is here and ready and willing to move through me, I'm getting better and better all of the time at aligning with my higher self and being open to receive the joy and health and well-being that is mine to receive. Yeah, I am creating the life that I desire more and more every single day. And I see the joy around me. And I am so grateful for everything that I have right now. If this is the language that we're putting out, feel it for yourself. What is the shift energetically that happens in you and that creates a resonance in the world of you and with you to draw in and magnetically attract more of the same? So you don't have to jump from, something that doesn't feel like it's true, like you're lying about something like, I have got, 50 people into my program this week. All right. You don't have to sort of go there because you're going to be in some resistance to that. There's part of you that's going to go, no, you don't. All right. But what we can do is open into a more expansive place of, I am receiving the F and E's, everyone who wants to work with me, or beautiful connections and heartfelt experiences, with people or in the world, like whatever it is that you want to create more of, that is the experience that you need to open into and really be careful about the language that you are using every single moment. Is it creating expansion or is it creating a limitation and a contraction? Because here's the thing, and this is the next thing I want to say, because it is not just about your words and of course your thoughts. It is about what that does to your physical body. Let's just talk about physical for a moment. There's other aspects to it too, but let's just talk about words and physical. Because when you start to say things like, I'm not enough, or I'm struggling, or this is difficult, or this is hard, or don't want to do this, or I want this, but I've been working so hard and this isn't happening, or I always seem to attract this. When those words come in, notice what happens, even as I'm saying it now, what happens to your body, what happens to your posture. Notice it yourself. But what happens is we tend to come into a more contracted posture. The shoulders come forward and down, or maybe up and forward if you think, I've got so much to do, I've got the weight of the world, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. Shoulders tend to come up. When we're feeling heavy, depressed, overwhelmed, sometimes they come down and we come forward. There are different ways that the body adjusts. Feel into your body for a moment. If you even just bring in the thought of I'm not enough, or I have too much to do, or I'm not getting where I want to be, or I'm not attracting what I want, notice what that feels like in your body. Yeah. There is a dropping for most people. For some people, it's a jumping out of their body altogether. But there's a contraction that happens, and there are some specific muscles and areas in the body, particularly around the hips and particularly around the shoulders, that go into contraction, that go into holding mode, that go into, oh my gosh, we're not safe here mode. And then that affects and informs your nervous system that there's something to be a little wary of, something to hold, something to protect. And then that goes and then informs our emotional system again, and informs our energetic system, and then informs our mind again that yes, indeed, there is a struggle here. And so it's a vicious cycle. And so there's a few things to be aware of here. Noticing in your body when you start to feel some tension or some contraction. How are you limiting yourself in this moment? And sometimes we don't even know that in our body because it's such a long held pattern in our body. It's just become a normal. And this is the work that I do in my Be a Beacon program. We look at how your body, the beacon's body, has adapted to your stories. Because you can't just always change your mindset and expect everything else to change. You can't just always do the emotional work and expect everything else to change. Things do. The deeper we go, the more it affects every level. But if we look at the physical level and physical body and look at how those stories are being held in your body over long periods of time, and you've been regrooving and regrooving those stories, those reactions, those emotions, those behaviors, they are held and stored in your body, in the posture that you hold, in the way that your nervous system's responding. And it becomes so normal for you that you don't even realize. And so there are specific ways in which we open up the body. There's openness, flexibility, stability, power, springiness in the body, expressiveness in the body, fluidity in the body. All of these things we need to look at if we want to shift the story that you're in and create a new reality. That which is openness and joy and freedom and receptivity in abundance. It's in your body, and it's in your stories and the words and the language that you use. You are creating your reality through your physicality as well as through your language and your thoughts and your emotion, but they are all informing each other, right? All of the time, they're informing each other. So as you're listening to this, and I've had a few people coming in and off live, and if you're watching this on the replay, let me know, what does it feel like for you when you get into those stories that you know are keeping you stuck? What do you notice in your body? What do you notice about the language you use? What do you notice about the words you use? What do you notice about the thoughts? Are they all pointing to a more expansive you, a more stable, flexible, joyful you? Or are you getting stuck in those loops that take you into a downward spiral? So something to be aware of. Notice your body, how it's feeling. Bring in some beautiful movement practices. Remember, we need flexibility and stability. We need expressive movement. We need spring. We need strength. We need stability. All these different aspects in order to fully be able to hold the highest vision of who we are and be responsive to the world in the most expansive and beautiful way. And we need the same thing with our language, right? We need an expansive language that doesn't limit us, but that expresses ourselves in a way that we can fully receive, that doesn't feel like it's not true or too far out here, too far away, that our mind comes and goes, you're not that, but a way that can really open and fully receive. I'm getting better at every day, every day. I'm open to some beautiful ways that we can play with our language. Yeah. And so if you're feeling the juice in this and you know that you want to shift to a different place, and you perhaps don't quite have all the tools, or you don't have the accountability or the support, or you feel like something's missing. Yeah, I'm working on mindset, but I'm not really working deeper into the emotional landscape. I'm certainly not working with my body on that depth of level. Then reach out to me, because this is the area of genius. The program that I run, Be a Beacon, is very unique in that, because I have the history as a physio as well as yoga teacher and therapist, deep womb space healing work and feminine presence work, as well as having been a life coach for over 30 years. This is powerful stuff. When we bring this all together, massive shifts on every level in your relationships, in your abundance, in your work, in your magnetism, in your whole life, in your joy level, your mental health, everything. If you're looking for that kind of change, reach out to me, PM me, or pop a message here below, because we are now enrolling for beginning start of May for our Be a Beacon Year Mastery program for women who are wanting radical change right now. All right. All right, my darlings, if that's you, reach out to me or pop a message below, or let me know how you feel in your body to some of the questions that I've asked you this live. And have an amazing day, darlings. We'll see you soon next time we're on. Take care.